Hello there, good day, and welcome to This Week. My name is Didi Davis. This week is where I bring you news tidbits from Ghana, Africa, and across the world. This week promises to be exciting, informative, educating, and of course, entertaining. Don't go nowhere, we will be right back. Welcome back. And so earlier this week, on the 9th day of the election petition hearing at the Apex Court, lead counsel for the petitioner, lawyer Chachuchikata, filed an application for the EC's document to be inspected by the petitioner. Now, the counsel for the second respondent argued out that it was misconceived. And then Chachuchikata also came in that, the petitioner had every right or has every right to inspect the document and so should be allowed to do so. Now, the documents they are seeking to inspect includes the original constituency presidential election results collation forms, the constituency presidential election results summary forms, and then the regional presidential election summary sheets, and then finally the declaration of presidential results form. Upon all the banter here and there, the judges concluded that the application was dismissed on these bases: that the petitioner has carbonated copies of the original documents, and so they don't see why he is requesting for the original documents from the EC. Also, they raised an issue that, according to the section 166 of the Evidence Act, it states clear that duplicates of the documents is made available to all the candidates, and the petitioner hasn't raised any issues concerning the duplicates, so they don't see why the application should be dismissed. Moving on to another interesting story, which I find is very fascinating, has to do with our parliamentarians. So we all know that we are in the height of a very deadly pandemic, and we have our parliamentarians, some of our parliamentarians actually, who have tested positive for COVID-19 and are still low. They are still reporting to work. I mean, what is wrong with these parliamentarians? I just don't get it. Honestly, these parliamentarians are people who are supposed to be making decisions and making laws for us. I don't want to cry. And they are reporting to Parliament having tested positive. Who are you putting at risk? The staff, the Speaker of Parliament, or your very own colleagues? And so the first Speaker of Parliament threatened to publish their names, and they have also come out to tell him that they have no right, absolutely no right, to publish their names. But I think it's the way to go. If you don't want to do the needful, force must be applied. So yeah, I support them. Anyways, enough of the parliamentarians. Let's move to another interesting topic, which has to do with our very own President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, who has been re-elected as the ECOWAS chairman. And he was, elected somewhere in October last year, and then he has been re-elected again, which is a sign of, goodwill for Ghana. So I wish him all the best and congratulations as well. Moving on to other stories, African stories. We all know that last month Uganda held their elections, and oh my god, there is one president who has been in power for so long, so long, and he doesn't want to leave power. Chese, I don't understand. On peso a bit free akonyane, so he doesn't want to leave power, and so anyone who comes doesn't get the chance to become president. This man when he was in opposition, actually said that no one should be in power for so long. Now that he's in power, I am a day into on person will be free so. And so last month there was an election and he was contesting with Ugandan musician Bobby Wine. Very young man who, has some potentials to become a great leader. But the Ugandan president, Yoweri Museveni, won by 58% plus votes, whilst the musician Bobby Wine got about 38% votes. Now this musician has decided to go to court, the Supreme Court, yes, to challenge the results, because, and actually according to their constitution, upon the declaration of results, you have 15 days to file your petition before the Supreme Court, and then the Supreme Court also has 45 days to take over affairs. And so this is what is happening in Uganda, and I really hope this guy wins. But apparently history has it that no one who has challenged the election results has been able to win at the Supreme Court. And now to some international stories. Jeff Bezos, who happens to be the CEO of Amazon, is stepping down as Chief Executive Officer and handing over his reins to Andy Jassy as the new CEO. Now, the reason why he's stepping down is to focus his energies on other ventures. It came as a shock. I mean, for something that you have been working on your entire life to build, it was unexpected that Mr. Jeff would step down as CEO and hand over his reins. And now to some other stories. In light of COVID, when the president announced a few weeks ago that school children can now return to school, it's been I don't know how to describe it, but the kids have started testing positive for COVID-19. And a typical example is Akosombo International School, where 40 students have tested positive for COVID-19. Now, this is the question I want to ask. Should the president go ahead and close down the schools, or there should be a shift system in the schools where probably there could be A students, B students, or there should be a rotation? In view of these questions, I want you to leave your comments in the comment section. Let me know what you think, whether the president should close down the schools again, or there should be a rotation system where some kids can attend school and then later another batch follows, and then it goes on and on. Or there should be a virtual education, which I think is the best thing. I mean, in this age of digitization, it's very necessary that we take our educational sector to a whole new level. And so this has been This Week with me, Dede Davis, proudly sponsored by Wired Studios. On to the COVID-19 tip of the week. COVID-19 tip of the week. Do well to wash your hands under running water for at least 20 seconds. After washing your hands, do well to sanitize your hands. Thank you for staying tuned, and do well to subscribe and turn on your notification button so that whenever I upload videos, you get the notification. Thank you.